Hello, everybody. I am manifesting that this message finds whoever it's meant for. If the message isn't resonating within the first few minutes, feel free to click off and I'll see you on the next one. But if it is resonating, stick around and we'll go through a few messages for you and some guidance from Spirit. So I've already shuffled the cards, but the message I keep getting in my head is face your fears and the rest will follow. I know it's general, but of course it's a general reading, but face your fears and the rest will follow. So a couple cards that came up just while I was shuffling and looking at the split. Three of Wands, Magician came up, Queen of Pentacles came up, Page of Wands. So it's kind of the energy I'm getting now, but let's see what we pull. Face your fears. What is this card? Two of Cups. All right. Two of Cups. You could have a fear about a new love connection. I think for this though, and of course I'll read the whole spread once I lay out all the cards. And forgive me if I keep chit-chatting away, but definitely a fear of loving somebody again, getting into a relationship. You've been burned in the past. But the only way you are going to move into the next romantic connection is if you face the different shadows that came up in the relationship that you're no longer in, or in previous relationships, and do some shadow work there and face those fears. And the rest will follow. And it's beautiful if you do the shadow work and face the different things that have come up in love, different patterns you might have, different wounds, whatever it is. Just take a closer look, and don't be afraid of. Everyone's afraid of love, but I think the more you face it and let go of that fear, and oh, what if this person isn't everything I needed and everything I hoped and wanted for? What if they're not the one? Lose that train of thought and just surrender, and then the rest will follow. Anywho, apologies, I'm on my soapbox today. But yeah, once you do this, it seems like a great love connection will be coming through. And Two of Cups, that's long term. Five of Pentacles. Yeah, I think you've got a lot of, not a lot, but some wounds that you're dealing with and some traumas that you have to work through. But I think you've been working on that, but you've still got ways to go, but you're getting there and you're making moves. I think you've realized, okay, I need to start facing these different aspects that keep coming up in my day-to-day life, or these things that I've been fearing all of my life that are holding me back. Because you want a beautiful life. So you're self-aware, which is great. Let's see what else. Page of Cups. Okay. Kind of like I think this is the energy you need to embody when it comes to that Two of Cups energy, when it comes to new love connections, fresh perspective. I think you've been, like, I don't mean to be a broken record, but you've been burned in the past, and I think in order to bring in this next beautiful romance, you're gonna need to look at it with fresh eyes and kind of like a young look at love, like when you're in high school or college, that new beautiful love. I think you need to look at it with those eyes. Make it fun and happy, and no expectations either. What else? Ace of Swords. Yeah, new thought processes, new perspectives. Shedding the old, and this keeps coming up a lot, but shedding the old you. to make room for the new you and these new ideas and these new thoughts and this new life that you're gonna have. Yeah, Five of Wands. I think there might be people in your life that don't want you to become this new version of yourself, or things that you want to aspire to or start working on, whether it's a new project, it's a new hobby. I think there's people in your life that have fought with you on things that you want to do and have told you, no, that's stupid, that's not going to work out, that's not going to be sustainable. And that's led to some conflict. And I think you're afraid that if you do these things that you want to do, not anybody else, it's going to lead to more fights and more conflict. Or it's two things here. It's either there's a lot of fighting in your last relationship and you're afraid of that coming through again. And also being afraid of what family, friends, random people are gonna think. Maybe a new career that you want to pursue, or like I said, new hobby. Maybe it's a little niche, a little outlandish, but let go. The moral of the story is let go. Because one, easier said than done, but who cares what anyone thinks? It's your life. And in 10 years, is it going to matter what Bobby Joe, Todd, Baby Bop thought? No, not at all. You can't let that hold you back. Easier said than done, but seriously. And if that's going to lead to fights with people, you don't need them anyway. Or you can calmly just keep your distance. There's no need to be afraid of that. Like I said, the message I kept getting was... The message I kept getting was face your fears and the rest will follow. You got this. What else? Tower. See what I mean, people? Face your fears and the rest will follow. Tower energy, building back that sturdy foundation to make room for a brand new, beautiful, fruitful life. Ridding yourself of all these people that have been fighting with you in the past and just not supporting you. And maybe, and also what I'm getting with the Five of Pentacles now too is you haven't had that support system. There's been a lot of people that have hurt you in your life. Not anymore. There's always, the world's not perfect and there's always going to be situations, but you're letting go of this season of your life and the people that no longer have a spot. Four of Cups. You also have a fear of being bored with your life. Sorry. Three of Wands. You're afraid your life's not going to be fulfilling. You're afraid you're going to just do the same old thing that Sally Bobby Lou is doing. And I also think it's been hard for you to maybe pick the next path because you have a lot of different interests. However, you also need to face that fear. And I think with the Three of Wands popping out right after that, I think what's coming next is you throwing out this idea or starting this new job or starting this new business and putting it out in the world for everyone to see. And that's going to help you get to the next path and you won't be bored. But the point here is too, at least for this part of the reading, is follow what you love. That hobby that you love doing, follow that. Follow that. That's so important here, and then you won't be bored. You'll have a beautiful, fruitful life. Maybe there could be, for some of you, there could also be a fear of being perceived by other people for whatever it is that you want to do in your next chapter. Letting that go. I'm gonna pull one more. Six of Pentacles. Yeah. And that's the whole, to summarize the reading and go back to the beginning, you face your fears, the rest will follow. And that's definitely coming through with the Six of Pentacles. There will be people, one, you're going to become self-sufficient once you face all these different shadows, which you are actively working on. I can tell just by the energy that the cards are giving and what I'm picking up on. But with Six of Pentacles, you're going to see the fruits of your labor. You're going to have a support system that's backing you. You're going to have the support of yourself. You just need to do a little shadow work to work through that. And you got it. You got it. We all have fears. That's part of life. But think through these different points that came up in this reading and anything else that's coming up for you shadow-wise that you need to work through, and the rest will follow. What's going to follow once this person faces some fears that have been holding them back? New love, Ace of Cups, new friendships, new self-worth. Okay, Knight of Pentacles, High Priestess, newfound intuition. Really, like, understand with the High Priestess, that's the blueprint of your soul. Getting back to your soul's purpose. Like, she literally, not to beat a dead horse, but she is the High Priestess represents the blueprint of your soul. With the Knight of Pentacles coming out, I'm also getting that you're slowly getting back to that path that was meant for you. With these two together. And also slowly but surely gaining that material wealth too by doing things that you were afraid to do and not giving a shit and just letting it rock. I love that. What else? What else? It's exciting. Queen of Pentacles. That's right. That's right. The Queen of Pentacles. She's the queen of the material world, right? You're going to become so, one, grounded, sure of yourself, self-sustained. I think that's how you say it. You're going to grow your wealth. I don't know why I'm hearing master strategic, master strategist. All things within the home, all things within the body. Everything in the material world you are going to have in spades. Yes. Ugh. Ooh. Anything else? Any last messages for this collective? Ten of Wands. So I see that more as a in this reading, I think don't be afraid to work your ass off either. If it's for something you love, Ten of Wands, to me that usually signals exhaustion. I'm done. Usually in the career or any other any other pursuits, you've just had enough. You've been carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. But for this, whatever your passion is and whatever you choose to follow in this next stage of your life, don't be afraid to. I'm not saying exhaust yourself at all, but I think it's just, don't be afraid to dedicate yourself to this thing and really go for it. You can do it. All right, y'all. That's all I have for you today, but yeah, I love this energy. And of course it's not easy to face these things. It's hard work. That's what it is. It's hard work. Don't be afraid. But hey, the hard work's gonna get you all of these different blessings. Okay. All right, y'all. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.